Have you ever been in Japan giving your best and still feel like people don't notice your effort? You stay late, you explain why things went wrong, you try to show initiative, but guys, instead of being praised, you see your boss disappointed or your coworkers quietly losing trust. I've seen this happen so many times. Talented foreigners missing out on big opportunities. And guys, by the way, if this is your first time here, my name is seannarron and I work as an interpreter in a Japanese company here in Japan. And because I was born and raised in Japan, I understand the cultural differences that often trip foreigners up. And that's exactly why I help foreigners like you on YouTube who work with Japanese people build confidence at work without fluency. Guys, by the way, if you want to learn more about my training that I have, there's an application form below if you'd like to learn more. But anyways, guys, back to the video. Let's talk about why these kind of problems happen. You know, I mentioned a lot of things. It usually comes down to two invisible rules in Japan. First, excuses don't matter, only results do. Number two, the team always comes before the individual. All right, so excuse me. First, I want to talk about the first part. This is our hidden rule number one, right? Excuses don't matter. So imagine you miss a deadline, okay? In the US, for example, or Europe, you would explain, I'm sorry. I mean, my kid was sick and the client was late, traffic was bad, something like that, right? And people often appreciate that honesty. But in Japan, what happens? That doesn't save you. Your manager just hears things like, like you didn't deliver, right? Your manager just listens to that and he's like, he or she's like, well, like at the end, you didn't deliver, so who cares, right? Explanations sound like excuses in Japan, and excuses quietly breaks trust. So why does results matter more than excuses, especially in Japan? This mindset is, guys, rooted in Japanese, traditional Japanese values. So we have a thing called the makoto concept. It means sincerity, not through words, but through action. Okay, it's called makoto. It's always important to show action more than words, right? There's also an ancient Japanese concept called gi, which means duty. It means to keep your promise no matter what. Even in farming villages, excuses didn't feed anyone, okay? Like you won't be full. Like you're not gonna make food. You're not gonna be able to farm with the excuses, right? Only doing your part feeds people, all right? That's the old ancient concept, all right? It's very alive today too. That's why in companies today, explanations don't restore trust. Only delivering stuff results, delivering results does, all right? And I wanna give you a few office examples. So in the office, what do you do instead? Instead of, if you're gonna be late, tell your boss early and clearly. This will take only one more day. I'll deliver tomorrow morning, right? You don't need to start saying, oh yeah, my kid's sick, I gotta go. You don't need to say anything about your family. Just tell them, this is going to take another day. They really don't care about your reasoning. They want to know when it's going to be done. So just tell them a date. Give them a date. If it's going to be Tuesday, that's fine. If it's going to be next week, that's fine. As long as you keep your promise, that's okay. Another thing is when you want to apologize, keep it short and sincere. So things like 遅れて申し訳ありません。次回から改善します。Right? Which means I'm sorry I'm late. Next time it won't happen. Don't say more than that. Don't say less than that. That's just a perfect standard apology. That's a good sentence, right? Another thing is show sincerity through action. So next time, like once you screw up, deliver early next time, or add like small improvements to prove you're reliable. So at work, I would say if you screwed up this time, instead of just delivering early next time, like number one, you better deliver earlier next time, but also add some things that's like super obvious so that they know that you improved something. Okay, that's a very important thing that you should do, right? So number two, let's talk about the team coming first, right? So now I want to talk about something a little deeper, all right? So the second struggle is individuality versus teamwork. Right, so in Western offices, I've been in North America. I was working there for a few years after college. But in Western offices, you're rewarded for standing out, kind of being the shiny star, right? Like if you have a bold opinion, being the star performer kind of gets you that promotion or that job, a new job, right? But in Japan, pushing too hard to kind of shine alone can make colleagues not trust you, distrust you. Right? I've seen great ideas ignored simply because they were kind of presented in a way that made the speaker look bigger than the team. I'll say it again. I've seen a lot of people struggle with getting that promotion or getting that new job or that new position because how they presented that big idea made them look bigger than the team itself. You want to always be a part of the team, not be separated. You don't want to always stand out too much, right? And I'm not saying never share yourself. I'm saying, like, in meetings or in a public situation, you want to always kind of blend in with the team, all right? So kind of be a part of the team, okay? This comes from, again, why the team comes first, all right? This comes from the wa concept. It means harmony, and the concept called chugi, which means loyalty. All right. For centuries, survival in Japan depended on the group moving together. Guys, standing out in ancient days risked breaking harmony. It risked their lives, right? That's why even today, Japanese companies value the steady team player over the loud individual performer. Guys, when you go back and look at history, like, if you want to understand what's going on today in Japan, in the office, not only in the office, in Japan itself, the whole country, you got to think about our history, right? It's not because people were very individualistic that people were able to survive. It's the wa culture, right? It's this kind of Bushido concept that allowed people to survive, allowed villages, allowed the families to survive, right? That's the reason why we have this, and it's even alive today. It's very alive, right? So these are the two things I want to talk about. So I'll give you a few office examples. For example, in meetings, instead of saying my idea is the best, you can try something like もしよければこの案がチームの役に立つかもしれません. Which means this idea might help the team one way or another. We're not saying my idea is the best. We're saying if you want to consider it, here's an idea. I have an idea for you. Take it or leave it. If you want to take it, I'm happy that it helps. If you don't want to take it, it's okay. This kind of neutrality, being neutral, is the key concept to actually winning at your workplace. All right, it's not about being loud. It's not about having the best opinion. Right? It's how you present it. That's the biggest part. Another thing is you want to give credit generously. For example, this idea came from another discussion, our discussion before, or thanks to Tanaka-san's input, right? Thanks to their input, I realized this. Right? This is another good concept. Instead of saying that it was your opinion, you could say something like, oh, I kind of heard it from this person. It's a better thing to do. You're not standing out too much, right? I recently was talking with my client. Such a great guy. I love the guy. He's in the the East Coast in the U.S. Excuse me. He was saying that in a recent meeting, he was kind of doing an interview, right? He was trying to understand the client, and his team was kind of interviewing this client, right? And he was saying that by accident, there's no time, and by accident, he was kind of being the ball hog. He asked all the important questions because he thought it was important. And I told the guy, it's great. It's kind of a shogunai moment. Like, you can't really, I told him it's a really tough one. It's a tough situation, and I don't blame him. That happens a lot. That happens to me at work. There are a lot of people who want to ask, who want to interview the guy, who want to ask questions, but there's just no time. The time's limited, and he started asking all the questions. I don't blame it, but guys, if you notice yourself doing that, this is a great opportunity, since you're watching this video, to kind of blend in a team a little bit, right? Again, I understand you want to ask all the questions, but yeah, the reason why this client, my guy, is such a good guy, is that he noticed it before I pointed it out. He was like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that, and that's how we learn. It's not that you suck, right? It's the fact that the information that's on YouTube kind of sucks, right? There's not a lot of good information. That's why you want to learn through these videos, right? So if you notice yourself, if you catch yourself doing this, there's always an opportunity. This is an opportunity for you to change that, to improve that, right? So I just wanted to mention that. So anyways, another thing you could do in the office is practice horenso, which is report, inform, and consult. Don't act solo. Right? Don't be solo, okay? Loop in your manager and your teammates. All right. So why do foreigners struggle in Japan anyways, guys? Because they bring Western habits, explanations and individuality into a culture built on action and harmony. In Japan, everything's about action and harmony, okay? Wa culture. But once you understand these values, you stop hitting the invisible wall. You earn trust, you build relationships, and new opportunities start opening for you in Japan. I'm going to say it again. If you continue to do these, if you start taking these new steps, these new ideas into action, new opportunities start opening for you in Japan. Okay, and that's exactly why I help foreigners like you who work with Japanese people build confidence at work without fluency. You don't need fluency. You need to understand the culture. It's half the language, and you also need the culture, the manners kind of part. Okay, so that's what we do on this channel. All right, and guys, if that's what you want, if you're serious about it, again, there's an application form below. You can check that out if it's for you. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for letting me serve you like this on YouTube. And guys, if you think this information helped you, please talk about it with friends and family. I hope to see a lot more happy faces in the future, and just watch this video again, again and again, whenever you feel stuck at any point in your journey. All right, guys, again, thank you very much for watching this video. I believe that repetition is key when it comes to learning, Japanese and the language like this. So guys, come back to this video, talk about it with friends and family. All right, I'll talk to you guys in our next video. Bye-bye.